What if the price of seeing the world more deeply is feeling more alone? It's a strange paradox. Some of the most intelligent people in history achieved extraordinary things, yet many also struggled with loneliness. Is intelligence itself the cause, or does thinking differently make it harder to connect with others? Today we'll explore the psychology, philosophy, and hidden reasons why intelligent people often feel lonely, and what can be done about it. Before we begin, if you enjoy videos about psychology, philosophy, and personal growth, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment answering this question. Do you think loneliness comes from being misunderstood or from not understanding others? Now let's begin. Loneliness is often misunderstood. Many people assume it simply means being alone, but that's not true. A person can stand in a crowded room surrounded by dozens of people and still feel completely isolated. On the other hand, someone living quietly with only a few close friends may feel deeply connected and fulfilled. Loneliness is not about the number of people around you, it's about the feeling of being understood. For many highly intelligent people, this is where the struggle begins. Intelligence doesn't automatically make someone lonely. Plenty of brilliant people have rich social lives and meaningful relationships, but certain traits that often accompany high intelligence, such as deep curiosity, constant reflection, sensitivity to complexity, or unconventional thinking, can sometimes make it harder to find people with whom they feel truly understood. Imagine trying to explain a fascinating idea that has consumed your thoughts for weeks, only to receive blank stares or a quick change of subject. After enough experiences like this, many people begin keeping their thoughts to themselves, not because they believe they're better than others, because they grow tired of feeling disconnected. The ancient Greek philosopher Socrates spent much of his life questioning assumptions that everyone else accepted without hesitation. He wandered the streets of Athens asking uncomfortable questions about justice, virtue, and truth. Many admired him, many others found him irritating. Eventually, his relentless questioning contributed to the circumstances that led to his trial and execution. His life reminds us that thinking differently often comes with social costs. When your mind constantly searches beneath the surface, ordinary conversations can sometimes feel unsatisfying. Small talk has its place. It helps people build familiarity and trust. But some people naturally crave discussions about ideas, meaning, morality, science, history, or the mysteries of existence. If those conversations are rare, loneliness can quietly grow. Psychology offers another explanation. People with higher levels of intellectual curiosity often spend more time reflecting on themselves and the world. Reflection can lead to wisdom, but it can also lead to overthinking. Instead of simply experiencing life, they analyze it. Instead of enjoying a conversation, they replay it afterward, wondering whether they said the right thing. Instead of celebrating success, they focus on what could have been done better. The mind becomes a constant commentator. Sometimes that inner dialogue becomes louder than the voices of the people around them. Overthinking creates emotional distance, not because others reject them, because they become trapped inside their own thoughts. Another factor is sensitivity. While intelligence and emotional sensitivity are not the same thing, they sometimes overlap. Many thoughtful people notice subtle changes in tone, body language, or behavior that others overlook. This awareness can enrich relationships, but it can also become exhausting. They may sense hidden tension in conversations. They may recognize contradictions that people don't acknowledge. They may worry about problems long before anyone else notices them. Living with constant awareness isn't always peaceful. It's mentally demanding. The philosopher Arthur Schopenhauer believed that exceptional minds often experienced greater isolation because they perceived realities that others ignored. Although his outlook was famously pessimistic, he argued that deep thinking naturally separates people from the comfort of ordinary assumptions. Whether or not one agrees with his conclusions, his observation still resonates with many. The Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius spent much of his life surrounded by people, yet his private journal reveals moments of profound introspection. Despite ruling an empire, he repeatedly reminded himself to remain patient, compassionate, and connected to humanity. He wrote that human beings are made to work together, like feet, hands, and eyes. His insight suggests something important. Even the most thoughtful minds still need meaningful human connection. No amount of intelligence replaces belonging. Modern life adds another layer to the problem. Technology gives us endless opportunities to communicate. Yet communication is not the same as connection. You can exchange hundreds of messages without feeling truly known. Social media encourages performance. People present polished versions of themselves while hiding uncertainty, fear, and vulnerability. This creates an illusion that everyone else is doing better. Thoughtful people often see through that illusion, but recognizing it doesn't automatically protect them from feeling isolated by it. Another reason intelligent people may feel lonely is that they ask difficult questions. Why are we here? What gives life meaning? What happens after death? How should we live? These questions don't always have clear answers, yet they occupy the minds of philosophers, scientists, writers, and seekers throughout history. Exploring such questions can be deeply rewarding. It can also feel lonely if few people around you share that curiosity. However, it's important to avoid a common misconception. Feeling lonely does not prove someone is highly intelligent. Likewise, being highly intelligent does not guarantee loneliness. Many factors influence loneliness, including personality, life experiences, mental health, culture, opportunity, and social support. Intelligence is only one small piece of a much larger picture. The encouraging news is that loneliness is not a permanent condition. Meaningful relationships can be built. Often, they begin by seeking communities centered around shared interests rather than shared backgrounds. Book clubs, volunteer organizations, creative groups, professional communities, discussion circles, places where curiosity is welcomed rather than dismissed. Quality matters far more than quantity. One genuine friendship often provides more fulfillment than dozens of shallow acquaintances. There's another lesson worth remembering. Sometimes intelligent people unintentionally isolate themselves by assuming others won't understand them, but understanding grows through conversation. People cannot appreciate thoughts that are never expressed. Vulnerability feels risky, yet it is usually the bridge to authentic connection. You don't need everyone to understand you. You only need a few people who genuinely try. Listening also matters. Sometimes we become so focused on finding people who understand us that we forget to understand others. Every person carries experiences, struggles, dreams, and perspectives we cannot immediately see. Curiosity isn't only about ideas, it's also about people. The greatest thinkers throughout history were often remarkable observers of human nature. They asked questions, they listened carefully, they remained open to learning from unexpected sources. Intelligence reaches its highest form when combined with humility, because wisdom is not knowing everything, it's recognizing how much there is still to learn. Perhaps loneliness itself can become a teacher. Periods of solitude allow creativity to flourish. Many great books, discoveries, works of art, and scientific breakthroughs emerged from quiet reflection. The goal isn't to eliminate solitude. Solitude can be healthy. The goal is to prevent solitude from becoming isolation. Healthy solitude restores you. Loneliness drains you. Learning the difference is essential. If you often feel misunderstood, remember this: your uniqueness is not a flaw. Thinking deeply is not something to apologize for. At the same time, don't assume that depth exists only in people who think exactly like you. Some of the most meaningful conversations happen between individuals with very different perspectives. Connection grows through openness, not perfection. In the end, intelligence is not measured by how many facts you know or how quickly you solve problems. It's also reflected in your ability to build understanding, show compassion, adapt to new ideas, and appreciate the complexity of other human beings. The wisest people are rarely those who stand above everyone else. They are the ones who know how to stand beside others. So if you've ever felt lonely because your mind seems to work differently, remember this: you are not alone in that experience. Many great thinkers walked the same path, but they also discovered that knowledge becomes richer when shared, ideas become stronger through discussion, and life becomes more meaningful when experienced with people who value authenticity over appearances. The challenge isn't to think less deeply, it's to keep your heart as open as your mind, because true intelligence doesn't separate us from humanity. At its best, it brings us closer to it. If this video gave you a new perspective, like, subscribe, and leave a comment answering this question. Do you believe loneliness is something to overcome, or can it sometimes be a source of growth and wisdom? Until next time, keep learning, keep questioning, and keep growing.